I believe that the legislature has already resolved the argument of authority with Senator Ben Allen's SB249, which was signed into law a couple of years ago, 2017. State agencies like state parks under the statute must manage and close an area that can't meet habitat and soil conservation standards. And I think we know that Oceano Dunes OHV Park does not meet those standards. I'm also certain, as proven by Governor Newsom's recent executive orders, to protect at least 30% of our natural lands and waters and to seriously lower related climate and air pollution from transportation, that this administration, including the Department of Natural Resources and our sister agencies, have the clear mandate to ensure that we mitigate and adapt to climate change, correcting historical and systematic socioeconomic and racial inequalities, and restoring environmental justice, to encourage the recovery of habitat, species, and biodiversity, and to protect natural features such as dunes and wetlands, which are the first line of defense against sea level rise and what we expect to be worsening storm surges. So I'm encouraged to hear Dr. Quinteros recognizing this and that this landscape is essential for our survival. I completely agree. And preserving and restoring an 8-mile section of our coastline, which is especially unique. And as you said, iconic coastal ecosystem is critical for our survival and the survival of the so-called American dream under these new climate conditions. I do recognize that the low-cost camping on the sand next to the ocean is something people should experience at least once in their lives. I know the sound of the ocean in the silent night or looking at the stars is quite spiritual and I think soul cleansing. And hopefully after this pandemic, we'll all be able to reconnect like that. But so I think that to bring balance and to ensure that the access is inclusive, I would be open to support a plan, like Commissioner Har said, that closes Oceano vehicle entrance, that lets Grand maybe be the main entrance, that I'm willing to consider allowing limited street legal car camping in the 1-mile stretch between Pier and Grand, which can give justice to the people of Oceano, reduces the impacts from vehicles, and still allow Californians to have the experience of camping on our beaches in their RVs or their SUVs, with the condition that, you know, we continue to assess what the impacts are of that use and if it's necessary to curtail some of that if it comes to that. But in the meantime, I heard the news yesterday that COVID deaths might double in the coming months in the United States. So we'll be under the grip of COVID-19 for the foreseeable future. And without a plan, the park should not open regardless. So I want to know what we can do today to keep the park closed until we see that plan.